Okay. All right. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning, everyone. So nice to see familiar faces on the screen. So nice to see everybody looking healthy and slightly happy, I think, staying at home. Okay. So um, I'm not saying that what I did is the best, but just to make sure that I can give something for my students to do, I tried out Google Form and also Word Wall to do writing. Yeah, so I'm going to share with you what I did, and hopefully that you will be able to sort of adapt it and use it for your class, or maybe take what I've done and share it with your class. Yeah, so we see how. Yeah, I'll just present my page first. Yeah, hold on. Okay. It's going to take some time. Hold on for a while. Okay. All right. Can you see? Can someone just switch on the mic and see if you can see?
Yes, yes, Lily.
Thank you very much. Okay. So
Yes, I can.
all right. So DW in Google Forms, section by section, and also with wall. That'll be my part. It sounds like as if it's a lot of work, but actually once you get the hang of it, DW in Google Form can be done. Yeah. But bear in mind, I'm doing this for in focus of students who are having D, E, and G results. Yeah. So the focus will be on format, also understanding the task or question, and also they'll be doing sentence completion. Right, with Google Form, the submission does not overload your email or your mobile phone. So you can actually, when the students answer once they submit, you can actually check it via your Google Form, and it will be on Google Drive, so the memory is a bit bigger. And of course, we are able to check our students' answers on Google Form individually, and you can also leave a comment. Like, for example, if they did something wrong, you can sort of comment there. So I will show you what I did, and if you feel you're able to adapt to it, then you should give it a try. Yeah. And my Google Form, I did on informal letter. I did not do one shot. I make it section by section, so students attempt according to each part, according to the flow of the letter. They begin with, of course, the address, the date, and the salutation, and then they go to the first paragraph, second paragraph. They have to complete each section first in order for them to be able to access the next section. Yeah, so let me show you what I did. Yeah, hold on. Yeah. Okay. All right, can you see this one?
Yes.
Can everyone see?
Yes, Lily.
Okay, so this is my page. This is the editor's page. Yeah, so you see we have all these icons. I'll show you how to do it later. So what I did was they have to put in their name, their class, school's name, and I post the question. Yeah, the question is on SPM 1119 DW informal letter, and I have sort of highlighted the important parts of the question to give a hint to the students. Yeah, because we are, of course, it's for the weaker students. Okay, so this is the question. And then there's the next instruction. Read the letter below and fill in the blanks with the appropriate answers. Write your answers in full sentences. That is very important. They have to write in full sentences. Even though some of the sentences have been provided, they can rewrite and fill in the blanks. Yeah. Or if your students are slightly better, you can tell them that they can change, they can write their own sentence as long as the meaning does not change, it's fine. Okay. So this is the letter, basically, what you will see. And then we go to the first part. Number one, sender's address. So what they need to do is they need to type their answer here. Okay, there's no right or wrong. They just type the answer. And then they proceed on to date. And they proceed on to recipient's name. And then there'll be a button at the bottom here that says next. if they have not filled up any of this, or one filled up and two did not fill up, then they cannot go to next. But once they fill up all three, they can proceed to the next section, which is paragraph 1, introduction. So I pasted the paragraph here, yeah, and the instruction will be: read the sentences above and fill in the blanks with appropriate answer. You may refer to the question below to complete your paragraph. Write your answers in full sentences. I paste the question on every section because I want the students to be able to refer to it whenever they're answering. They don't have to scroll on to the next page, yeah? Okay. And here are the questions, yeah? Number 4, refer to the question to get your answer. So they can go up. Look at number 4. What is number 4? Number 4 is, I heard that you have been. So refer to the question. So they will refer to this part. And they rewrite the whole sentence in number 4 over here. Okay. Now, sometimes the sentence has 3 or 2 answers. So the first part will be here. The second and the third part will be here. All right. For example, look at number 5 and number 6. Let me just scroll up. Okay. So I have decided to, you write the whole sentence. So I have to decide it to. Number 5 would be something from here. And number 6 will be something from here. Okay. So they can fill up the answer here. And once they have done that, then only they'll be able to proceed to the next section, which is paragraph. So I'll just let you see. I'll go through. I won't go into detail. I'll just let you see. Yeah, this is content point number 1. This is the paragraph 2, the body. Firstly, when you join this program, you'll train yourself to be. So the answer is in the question. Yeah, but the answer is in this form, discipline. But when the student writes the sentence, it should be you will train yourself to be disciplined with an ED. So that can be, if they forget that, that can be where you mark and mention that they have made a mistake there. Okay, and then this, you can get the answer from the text, but the next one you can't. So you can also learn what? So to be disciplined, what do you learn? So they have to give examples there. Number 8 will be, number 8 will be learning survival skills, and then they have to give examples. What are the examples of learning survival skills? Maybe it's cooking in the jungle, maybe it's putting up a tent, things like that. Yeah, so they still have to come up with their own idea. Yeah, certain parts they can lift it from the text, certain parts they have to come up with the idea. So please bear in mind, students are of G, D, and E, yeah, group. So we hope that they'll be able to come up with the ideas with just clues and hints, yeah. Okay, so that's the second part, and we have section 4, which is paragraph 3, also body. Yeah. So that's how it looks like, yeah. So any questions so far for the form? Any questions so far for the form? Everyone okay? No questions? Okay, let me proceed. I'll proceed to the next part, yeah, which is responses. How do we mark? How do you know whether the child has answered? So I have one example here. When the student answers, you'll get this. This is what you get. Okay. Nurin Harina, the name. So I'm just going to show you the example, yeah. And then you go towards individual. Okay, please notice this. When she answers the second part, I heard that you have been chosen to take part in the leadership program. So this is correct. So I can give my individual feedback here. Okay, so how do I do that? I just go to the pen, I type it here, well done, I save it, and it will go on the page. So I can actually share this with my student. So she can see that every answer, there's a personal feedback from me, and I don't have to go through printing and marking it manually. I'll just do it here on Google Form, yeah? All right. And I show you another one. Yeah. For example, she did this one wrong. So you can actually give a comment like this. Yeah. Disciplined instead of discipline. So be careful with your tenses. So there's comments and there's also points. So when your student make a mistake, or when your student made something, wrote a correct answer, of course you can go back and reward them marks. Yeah. Let me just okay. Oopsie. Okay. Here. So let's say this is a content point and it's written in correct a sentence, 1 mark. There, you have given her 1 mark, so she can see. Okay. So how do we do all this? So once you have finished setting up your question just now, you have to go to settings. So when you do settings, you can set it as a quiz, and you can release grade immediately after each submission. You can choose from here. Respondent can see missed questions, respondent can see correct answers, respondent can see point values, is where you give your remarks here. And then if you decide to send it to email, you can also add an email email area there, so they can fill in the email, so the thing will go to the email. They can check their email to check the response. Yeah. But if not, you just do it there and then you can share it with the class later. Okay. There's another way of checking this also. Okay, let me just go back. You can get response also via spreadsheet. Let's say you want them to answer one shot altogether, and then you want to check through spreadsheet what they have answered. You want to do manual checking. Yeah, the spreadsheet will look something like this. So you can actually look at the spreadsheet and tick and as well as correct, and then post it back to the class. So the class you can actually post the whole spreadsheet to the class so that they can have a look at their own answers to see whether they have done it correctly, to see whether they need to do corrections. Yeah. So this is another way of finding out, showing the students your response. Yeah. Okay. So I'll go back to this one. Okay. So this is one way of doing directed writing using Google Form. All right. Any question? So if there's no question, I'll just proceed to the next one. Can I do that? Yes? Okay. The next one would be, what I did was, I love word wall. Yeah. All this while I've been using word wall, using someone else's exercise. Yeah. But I managed to try out my own exercises. I created my own exercises just to have, just to share it with my students. So one more. Let me just go to my. Okay. All right. Hold on. Okay. Can you see this? Yes? Okay. Now, whenever we start a lesson online, and if we stick to the normal ways of just sharing text and then sharing pictures and then asking them to answer on WhatsApp or Telegram, sometimes you find students missing. So when I add in word wall or quizzes or Kahoot or a YouTube video, I find that I have more audience and I have more people taking part. Yeah. So when I ask for feedback, they say, teacher, this is fun. And then they love it when there's variety. Yeah. And word wall is simple to do for us to prepare. It's also very simple. For them to do also, it's very simple. It's fun. It's like a game show. And then you can adjust the word wall according to your students' level. You can do it difficult or you can do it easy for someone of the lower level proficiency, and students will get to know their grade immediately. And some of them will be shouting yay, responding to after getting their results. So I find that if we have a couple of variety apps to help out make the lesson much more fun, it helps with the students. And it helps them be more take part. They will be participating more in class, and they sort of look forward to your classes when you have a couple of variations. Yeah, so word wall is not difficult. I noticed Kak Mazia sharing some word walls, I think last week or last 2 weeks, and it was on spelling, rearranging the words. So you can also do it for DW and CW. So let me share with you a couple of things that I did. Yeah. So this is word wall. Okay, this is my word wall page. Yeah. So I have a couple of activities here. So we need to create the activity. So I'll just open for you to have a look at how is it supposed to be done. Yeah, you just create activity here. Okay, you create activity here, and then they will give you a couple of samples of what to do. Right? Create. See, you can pick a template. Yeah, you can do matchup, you can do whack-a-mole, you can do word search, unjumble, you can do quizzes, hangman. You do it on your own, but you need to have the materials ready, and then you just fill in the template, and you can set how many seconds, how many minutes. Yeah, all right. So I'll go back to show you one that I've done. Okay, this is something for weaker students if they want to learn how to unjumble sentences, and then it forms a paragraph of a story. Okay, so I'll just go to edit. All right, this is unjumbling. All right, the activity title is the words in the sentence are mixed up. Put them in the correct order. Okay, so when we type it in the correct order. Yeah, and then we are done. Okay, there's 10 sentences here. It's about an accident. Yeah, so we do done. I'm saving the activity. Okay. All right, it's already there, but don't click start first. You go down, you choose your theme. What do you want it to look like? Yeah, you can choose. And then you can have options of timer. You want it to be counted as 1 second. 1 minute. Students have only 1 minute to complete the unjumbling of the words. And you want every word with bonus for perfect. And then you can show your answers at the end of the game. And then you can go down some more and decide on the leaderboard. So enable the leaderboard. You can show the top 5 who got the best answers. Only show best score for each name, and you can remove it after a year. All right? Or maybe not. If you don't want to remove it, it's also all right. No problem. Okay? So after you're done here, you can sort of check what you have done. Yeah? It has music, it has sounds, yeah? So it's fun. So I'm not going to do this here. I'm just going to show you how to share, yeah? So after you're done, you go to share. You can set it as public if you want everyone to be able to get it. Or you can set it as an assignment. You click here. Okay. The results title is there. A registration, you want the students to enter their name. Okay. You can put on a deadline. And you can put show answers and leaderboard at the end of the game. So you go to start. So what you do is you copy the link. Yeah. Once you've copied the link, okay, done. I'm going to share it in our group. Wait, yeah. So maybe you can try it later. I can share it here on the group. Okay. So you can have a look at it later. Yeah. So once you're done, you can do that, and then you can. All right. So this is word wall. I did one more with that one is jumbling up sentences. I did one more matching. Sorry, this one. It's this one. Okay, it's a quiz with the main points of a speech on defending your house from burglars. and choose the appropriate supporting details. Okay, so it's something like this. So you choose. If I choose the correct one, so that will be a good something there. Okay, then you can go to the next one. Avoid keeping too much money and valuables in your house. So which one will be the best? Bury them in your backyard, keep them in a bank, keep them in a safe in the house. So it says avoid keeping in the house. So this would be the answer. Right? So let's just say that the last one, the third one, stop the newspaper delivery. It's a waste of money. Done. So you get 2 out of 4. All right. So this is how you do it. Yeah. And I did one more for. I did one more for. Let's hold on. Match up. That one was quiz. This is match up. Okay, matching up. For DW. This is for format. Yeah, teaching them format, making them notice which one is the right format. So it's a bit small. Maybe let me make it bigger. Okay. Your younger sister is studying overseas. You have decided to write a letter. So which one will be it? Which beginning will be the best for? Okay, and then you have this one is a formal letter. This one is the best beginning. This one is a speech. You have good morning in speeches, and this one, sorry, this one is an article. So, that's salah. See, it went off. All right, so that's what happened. Yeah? Okay, so I think I'm about done. All right. Is it all clear? I hope it's clear. I hope what I've shared, try it out. Yeah. Yeah, it does take a bit of a time for you to prepare, but since we're already at home and we are on MCO, we do have the time if we want to. And it'll be fun for the students. And of course, they get to practice writing as well. It's just not, what do you call that? The normal chalk and talk, the normal, sharing a text, sharing this, sharing a video. We can, come up with a couple of varieties. Yeah. So I did that, and I find that I get more students when I have a couple of varieties of exercises in class, during class. But when I stick to the normal sharing of a picture and then tell them to please answer this question, okay, anyone else answer, I find that some will just simply go missing in the middle of the class. Before puasa, the classes was before lunch, and I say, mana semua orang dah pergi, where is everyone? Masak ke? I did that, and then I went and PM the monitor by the side, on the other side, where are they? Cikgu, dia macam ada yang pergi toilet lah, pergi ni lah. So you see, when you have activities, variety of activities during online classes, somehow students will, they will sit and actually get involved in the lesson. Yeah, so I hope what I have prepared can be used, and all of you can adapt it for your classes. If in case of anything, you can always PM me. I'll be glad to help. Yeah, anytime. So I will, if there's no question for me now, I'll just pass the microphone back to Cik Faz. Any questions?
Thank you, Lily.
There's a question.
What?
There's a question, Kak Lily. Text me.
Right, next. Okay, I'll pass it back to Cik Faz. Thank you, everyone, for being so attentive. Sort of miss all of your faces, and I hope you are all healthy and well.
Thank you, Lily.
Okay. All right, I'll be.
Okay, thank you, Fazlily. Okay, wait, let me